Thank you, my dear UPG family. Um, I'm so happy to see you. It's a pity that it is a terrible situation, a terrible reason for us to come together. I would like to say good evening, my dear whole UPG family. You know, today in Ukraine, these simple words, good evening and good morning, means that we're still alive. Because every day since February 24th is not good for any Ukrainian. On February 24th, early in the morning, Russian army started bombing Ukrainian cities, airports, and strategic objects all over the country. About 5 o'clock in the morning, I heard my husband's worried voice, "Honey, wake up." "What happened?" I asked. And he said, "It has started. Get up, get dressed, and take documents, money, and the most necessary things." I do hope that if not all of you, that at least most of you didn't feel that fear ever in your life. I could give you a lecture about the history of this conflict, about 300 years of repressions, genocide, and other attempts of Russia to destroy Ukraine and Ukrainians. 300 years, can you believe it? But it needs more time, and we don't have this time. So I will ask you, did you know that Ukraine is the largest country in Europe? And have you seen the size of Ukraine compared to Russia? You can see it on the map that Danka shows you. So now when you see it, I want to ask you one question, but before it, you have to know a few things. First of all, the war in Ukraine started in 2014. It lasted for 8 years. In 2014, Russia attacked Ukraine and occupied parts of Ukraine. During these 8 years, the war was localized in few regions. So on one hand, we have Ukraine with occupied territories. And on the other hand, we have Russia, which is one of the largest countries in the whole world, which has one of the largest armies in the whole world, and with nuclear weapon. So my question is it possible for Ukraine to be a real threat for Russia? As for me, I don't think so. And Russian authorities forbade to call this war a war. They prefer to call it a special operation, which is aimed to avoid war. But after realizing, Danka, please go to the next slide. After Russians realized that Ukrainian army is much stronger than they thought, and Ukrainians are ready to stop Russian tanks with having no weapons in their hands, they started to attack hospitals, kindergartens, houses, orphanages, towns with no military infrastructure, civilians, old people, women, and children. They kill reporters and activists. Russian propaganda said that they fight only with Ukrainian so-called neo-nationalists, while bombing maternity hospitals with pregnant women and newborns. They placed their tank, artillery, and other military machines between civilian houses and buildings of civilian infrastructure to avoid the answer of the Ukrainian army. This is a terroristic tactic, but they are even worse than terrorists. They want to destroy every Ukrainian, even the unborn. So, since February 24th, Ukraine has lost 103 children. They were killed. More than 100 children were wounded. More than 200 schools, 30 hospitals, 2,700 houses were destroyed. Thousands of civilians were killed. These are only approximate numbers. Even the UN suppose that real losses are much higher. We can rebuild houses, hospitals, and schools, but nobody is able to resurrect Ukrainian children. Danka, please go to the next slide. Many Ukrainians had to run away to save their lives and their children's lives, which is more important. 2,800,000. This is the number of people who crossed international borders since February 24th. It is the number of Ukrainian refugees. 1,800,000. It is the number of people who had to leave their homes and move to a safer place. I use the word safer, not safe, because today in Ukraine there is no safe place. I am one of this person. I am IDP. Today my sister, my 2-year-old nephew, and I are internally displaced people in our own country. Today, all Ukrainians are gathered together as never before. Over 80,000 men came back from abroad since February 24th to protect their homes. Today, Ukraine is a shield to the whole democratic world. We protect peace and democracy from Russia's terrorists. We pay a huge price for that. The cost of this protection is our lives. Thank you.
Nata, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Danka. Hello, everyone. Hello, dear UPG family. Yes, I was also a member of UPG from the previous year, and it's a pity that the opportunity for me to speak here is like this, is our war in Ukraine, but at least, yes, we want to raise awareness of this situation which happened in this terrific war. I will continue from Oleksandra's words. You can see the map of our country, and really you can see, as Oleksandra mentioned correctly, there are no safe places in Ukraine. There are more or less safe places, but you never know what will happen tomorrow. And as you can see, the most occupied territories and most dangerous territories are the eastern part of Ukraine, the north part of Ukraine, and the south part of Ukraine, which are close to Russian Federation. These all territories which has their neighbors, like Russian neighbors, yes. And as far as Russia took away Crimea in 2014, again, they can use their forces to go into our country, to go into our territory. And you see that the bomb attacks are the most in this part of our country. And also, unfortunately, with the collaboration of Belarus, they came from that part as well, and they are heading towards the Kiev. Kiev, as you might know, is the capital of Ukraine, and they are very close to our capital. They're even in Kiev Oblast, it's Kiev region, and they are heading to our capital, and there are some humanitarian crises in this city, which I want to share with you on our next slides for your better understanding what is happening there and the most dangerous areas. So Danka, could you please go further? As you can see on this slide, this is the first slide, there are some cities which strive the most. This is the Mariupol, which you can see on the left corner, where this city was attacked by bombs, by airplanes who was giving the bombs to the city. More than 2,000 Mariupol residents have died. And meanwhile, when we are having our lecture, our session with you right now, we've got an information from our Telegram channels that just like 30 or 40 minutes ago, Russian bombs were directed to the Mariupol drama theater. And unfortunately, lots of people died there, mothers with their children. They were hiding in this theater because they have the background. They can go there downstairs and hide, but unfortunately, they were attacked by the bomb and many of them died. But so as you can see, everything is happening right now, and you never know what comes next. And there are also some cities in Kiev Oblast, which you can see the pictures on the right corner and in the center. This is Bucha, Hostomel, Irpin, and Vorzel. All these cities, they are cities of Kiev region. This is the northwest part of Kiev Oblast. where the Russian armies and Russian troops are going from Belarus direction towards Kiev. And they made the lives of the cities impossible. They block the green corridors, they block people to go there to escape from the cities, they block the humanitarian aid which are aiming to the cities. And of course, they are bombing the bridges, the buildings itself, the hospitals, and so on and so forth, for people not to go out of the cities. So Danka, please go to the next slide. And here you can see what we also want to put attention. Of course, Ukrainians are struggling. I mean, Ukrainian citizen. But as you can see, and we were all surprised just a few days ago, the bombing, the missile bombing was very close to the European nation border. It was only 20 kilometers to the European like Union, yes, because it was Lviv Oblast, and the bomb attack was even there. There was I would say the military airport which was attacked. So they are trying to make the fear not only for Ukrainians, but for whole Europe as well. That's why we are calling Europe to help. And Russians are making and creating a lot of fake news and fake disinformation to say that it's not a war, that is a special operation, and they are protecting Ukrainian people, not killing them. And also you can see the picture of American journalist who was injured in Irpin. Irpin is Kiev Oblast. Thanks God, he's alive, but unfortunately his colleague was shot and he's dead. And now we are aware of 3 foreigners who've been attacked or even killed by Russian troops during this war. So unfortunately, even journalists, even medical workers are also struggling from it. Of course, it's not safe now in Ukraine. And Danka, can you go please to the next slide? And yes, this is the slide I want to share with you as well about even I want to talk about the disaster, about the ecological disaster, because as you might know, we have some nuclear plants in Ukraine which were attacked by Russian bombs. We are talking about Chernobyl and Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. And it's also can be an ecological disaster, as I already mentioned, because if these plants will be attacked, bombed and ruined, all this nuclear power can spread all over the Europe to neighborhood countries, even to Russia as well. But Europe will struggle as well as our Ukrainians. And what I would say that in Zaporizhzhia, Russian troops, they even occupied this plant and they declared that this is their territory, and they declare that this plant now it's like in their place. Yes, they is having the plant, so it's also a disaster. And I also want to mention about Kharkiv. It's one of the cities on the east part of Ukraine, unfortunately, with also struggling. Yes, you can see on the map which Danka is sharing. This is Kharkiv. It's here, yes, right in the middle of this terrible situation where people are struggling from bombing, and this city is almost destroyed. So more than 600 buildings have been destroyed in Kharkiv, and now the bombs are going to civil buildings, to hospitals, to theaters, to libraries, clinics, schools, etc. And unfortunately, this city is also almost have the humanitarian crisis. And I think the next slide will be from my side, and the last one. Unfortunately, what you can see, this is a satellite picture of Mariupol, another city who's been also almost destroyed. This is Zaporizhzhia region. It's the east part of Ukraine. And what Russians have stated is they were saying that they are just trying to attack the military objects,
Okay, thank you, Alexa, and thank you, Nata. Actually, I will go shortly. Sorry, my laptop. How can we help Ukraine? Together, we created like this short guide. How you can help Ukraine now? Shortly, firstly, you know that it's like donation. I guess UPG will tell you later how you can donate. From our side, there is like three, even more organization. The first one is Return Alive Foundation. They help Ukrainian soldiers since the war starting in 2014, when Crimea was occupied by Russia, and this event in the east of Ukraine. Another one is National Bank of Ukraine, and another platform is Help You Are Now, because you could find the different organization as small as big and donate. There is like different kind of organization which helps army, which helps children. And another one, Goodwill Love. Now, as I know, UPG resisted only one Ukrainian organization, but we are working on to like register more Ukrainian organization in Goodwill Love. But concerning donation, guys, we really ask you to be careful, because you know, something could happen. There is like fake news and money swindlers, unfortunately. So before you decided to donate, please like check out the sources. Is it official or not official, or just write me or someone from Ukraine whom you know. Okay, another one is not donation, but steps how you could help Ukraine, because donation is one thing. More important to be active. We ask everyone not to be silent. Share information what is happening in Ukraine right now. You could use these tags, and also my colleagues prepared some short video about what is happening in Ukraine now. It is in 8 languages. You could download and share in your social media. Another one is petitions. Actually, you can find petitions here. You know, if I'm not mistaken, the biggest petition which I know and which I signed, it was petition to close Ukrainian sky. If I'm not mistaken, it's was like 1.2 million of voters who signed this petition. Another one is join rallies in your country. We also prepared like, we also prepared a list. I'm so sorry. Sorry for delay. Yeah, we also prepared a list of rallies in your country, so you can go and like stand with Ukraine. Another one is boycott Russia goods. Why it's so important for Ukrainians? Because you know, some brands like abounded in Russia went from Russia. Because if you buy something that you should understand, if you buy something that produced by Russia, it means for us that you support Russia, you support country which invade in Ukraine. Another thing is report war propaganda. As you know, so many TV channel newses in Russia show like us fake news, and it's really bad for us. Another thing is, am I your local politicians? Why is this important? Local politicals could help like us to show the world what happened. They could discuss and from lower go to higher. Ask them, please, pursue Nata to close the sky over Ukraine, increase military and humanity support to Ukraine, and as I mentioned, ban all trade with Russia. Another thing, if you have like some relatives, oh my God, what is going on? Sorry. If you have some relatives or you know some from Russia, please write them and ask them also go to rallies. In this presentation, oh my God. Yeah, in this presentation, you will find all links. And another slide, we want to show you that it's really important to know what is happening in Ukraine. We created this media. You can write them all in English, but also, for example, Ukrainian, you can find the info in 9 foreign languages, so not only for English. And another slide, will be the last one. I guess you know how it's important for us, for Ukrainians, to use vocabulary, but appropriate, truly vocabulary. We deeply ask not to use not to say the Ukraine. Say Ukraine because Ukraine is sovereign country. We are independent. Don't use the Ukraine. Another thing, don't say conflict with in Ukraine, because it's not a conflict. It is like real Russia's invasion in Ukraine. Don't even say war between Russia and Ukraine, because if it would be like war between Russia and Ukraine, it means for us that Ukraine are interested in this war. Ukraine isn't interested in this war. We want to stop it. Another thing, it's easy one, but some foreigners usually make mistake. Don't say Kiev, because it's like from Soviet Union, it's in Russia. Just say Kiev. And thank you. It's all for now for us.